Long time no see, everyone. Hisashiburi, tanto tiempo sin verte. It's your old mate Kagon back at it again, and this time we're going to be looking at Yohji shorts. Yohji shorts, you may say, the things you can see on YouTube that are like the equivalent of Reels and TikToks, and to that I say, nay, we're talking about the things that you wear on your bottoms, you know, your arsenal of bottoms that you may have in your wardrobe, but from a Yohji standpoint. I found that recently with posting like my daily outfits of the day, I've had a lot of people asking about the shorts I've been wearing, so I figured, why not? We make a video and talk about the few pairs that I do have, their similarities and differences, and hopefully that can help you make a more informed decision if you are looking for a pair of shorts of a similar ilk out there as well. So yeah, let's get to it. We've got 4 pairs that may also shift. If anything, it's probably going to downsize, as I've noticed I've been wearing maybe 1 or 2 significantly more. But yeah, let's start off with the oldest pair. And by oldest, I mean not that I've had it the longest, but that it's manufactured the longest ago. And that is this pair. Now, I did feature this pair in a video of pickups from my most recent trip to Japan. And this is a pair of Yohji Yamamoto, the women's line shorts. And they are circa either spring, summer 2000 or autumn, winter. I think it is, let me double check, 2006. I'm not sure of which one they are because they both have the same code, as I will show you. Both codes have B, as you can see there, and the B does denote those times. But we do have, actually, yeah, we've got the numbered sizing there, and that started spring, summer 2000. So it's either from that first season where the numbering conventions for size came in, or it is from 2006. Either way, these are old. These are very, very old, and they're made of a wool, which kind of, as you may have seen in the shots I've given, yeah, it's just the wool. And you can sort of see that thanks to the light, they've got different tones of color, like stripes running down. These are a lot less pronounced IRL. I think it's just the camera sort of, you know, messing around with contrast and things like that. They're not as striking in person, but definitely notable. Now, wool for me, as I have explained in the past as well, or if you've seen this video for the first time, it really doesn't feel good on my skin. Like, this does not feel nice. But for some reason, even though, I'll just turn them out for you, these are not lined, but because they're quite wide, I don't get a lot of like fabric to skin action, which I guess is pretty good. We can see here on the waist that we do have a French bearer as well, which is quite nice, and a better look at just like, you know, the item information itself there too. I haven't really worn these too much. It's, you know, we're at the tail end of summer. I guess this week it's looking more like autumn here in Melbourne. So I've worn these for the first time properly this week, and it's quite interesting. Like, as you'll see in the footage, because of the waist, you can see that these are these giant like belt loops, but there is like that extra part above the top. And the fact that these are so wide, the waist bunches over it, very like sort of paper bag waisty, and makes it very interesting to wear, because if you want to wear a shirt over the top, because these are bunching up like at the waist, it kind of just gives you like a bit of like a bubble, gives you a bit of a belly, but you just have to, I guess, try. I just went with tucking them in. It does look a bit odd because it still like gives that shape, but you can see that the shirt is tucked into it. It is just the stylistic choice of it all. Other notable facts of these is that we do have this clip here on the waist on the inside. Also, for the fans at home, that is a YKK zip there. We do not have the branded Yohji zips on these. I'm not sure what year those did come in. If anyone knows, beep, boop, boop, you know, let me know. And this clip has no corresponding place for it to go. And I've always been curious, like, Is it to just like clip onto one of the belt loops so you can sort of cinch like the front there? That is what I think it's supposed to do, should you maybe not want to wear it with a belt. But considering the ginormous size, even, you know, putting this clip in here and holding it, they are still big. In fact, I will tell you how big they are. Let's grab the trusty measuring tape. This waist is about 58 centimeters. That's really, really big. So 116 centimeters all the way around. I'm not sure how that changes into inches, but it is very big. Like I am 34, 36. Sizing doesn't make sense. So let's just go with like centimeters. It's just very, very large. Like this is so huge. I probably know some people that you could fit 2 of them in these, which would be a very funny thing to see. Other thing to note about the shorts as well, because they are women's line. If you're a fella and you haven't really worn many women's clothes or anything from a women's line, you're going to be very, very sorely disappointed. You probably already know this, but pockets are so shallow. Like, you may not seem like that sort of in this here, but I can like barely get my hand completely in them. And then in the side pockets as well, just so shallow. I had like my phone falling out and things in my pockets falling out throughout the day. So I had to put them in my bag. It is just something that women have had to deal with for the longest time, and pockets. And this, I listened to a podcast about pockets this week, which was really interesting. And I just don't know why we still don't make functional pockets for women's wear. Look, I'll give this a pass because this is over 20 years ago. Fine. But we're in a different world. You'd hope we're in a different world now. But yeah, these are the Yohji women's line shorts. Let's move on. Okay, so moving on to something a bit more recent, we have this pair of wool shorts in the famed Wool 100, the gabardine, from Autumn Winter 21. A pair of wide shorts here. A very, very cool find. These haven't been worn a ton due to, you know, the nature of them being wool. And then when you get into winter and it does get cold, why would you opt for a pair of shorts? Anyway, let's move on. These are gorgeous though. Absolutely gorgeous. You can see we have the pleats along the waist over here. Looking a bit closer there. We can see on the inside we do have not only a French bearer, but we have other buttons here that are all the way around the waist. Here is the back of the waist as well. And you can see that they are so that you can wear these shorts with suspenders should you wish to. Something I've not properly tried yet, but I do want to. I think it'd be quite nice. I've tried out suspenders with a couple of things that I've got, and it's an interesting vibe to say the least. Other things to note of these is that on each side of the waist, we do have a little bit of give for elastic there as well. I'll just show you all the tag. Here we have in a large size 4. As you can see, it's wool. And then we have the product code here for y'all as well if you are looking for a similar type of pair. So in addition to that waist section there with the elastic, we also have more give on the waist with these pulls here that, as you can see, like I've secured it a bit because they have been a bit too big. But it means that if you want to just tighten either side of the waist with those, you can wear these without a belt. I am too nervous to ever wear things without a belt or just a drawstring, so I will always belt it up. But it does look quite nice like that, and you know, you can freestyle, do what you want. There's a lot of options here. No drawstring, but you know, with the elastic and with those pull tabs, you got options, and we love options here. Since these are a size 4 as well, they're quite generous in the waist. I'll just measure the waist as well so you can see for yourself. And we're looking at a max stretch of about 50 centimeters. And that's not including the extra give on the waist parts as well. So I'll just measure that as well just so we can see how much that might be. You're looking at like 2 to 4 centimeters in total extra on that. So looking at maybe like 54 centimeters max width on the waist there, which is really generous. A size 4 there as well. They're just a really, really gorgeous pair of shorts. I really like the details. I think they would look very nice with a shirt tucked in and just the shorts, so you can see, you know, these details with the suspenders holding everything into place. Maybe we'll bust it out as it gets a bit cooler, but yeah, these were an excellent find. As we can see, they are longer than the women's line ones, and they have a bit of an A-line shape, so they do get wider the lower you go from the hips too, which is pretty neat. Pockets! It's men's line, so look at this. So far down there. And the back, so far down there as well. You're not going to lose anything putting them in the pockets of these pants, but yeah. Here's a bit of a look at the men's line. This is my only put-on pair of shorts, which, I mean, on a technicality, when we move to the next pair, we may say like fair or not fair, but yeah, let's look at the next ones. All right, so our third pair of shorts, we have this pair of black scandal shorts from spring-summer 20. We have here these wide shorts as well. I've just got this ground wide belt attached to them because I am lazy. But we can see the black scandal patch on the inside there, looking gorgeous. And the actual tag for these is in the back pocket over here. So we can see these are a size 4, and we can see there's the product code there as well for these guys. These are in cotton, my beloved. They're so comfortable. And whilst I do have a couple of pair of similar shorts, as you can see, these also have that widening shape, sort of like an A-line. We do have the tucks along the waist as well. They're not as pronounced, but also I haven't really ironed these or anything. They also, as you can see, are losing a bit of color just from wear. They still look great on. It's just a thing to note that the cottons don't hold their color as well. But I guess it's just like, you're wearing your clothes out in the sun, you're doing things in them. It's going to happen. I don't mind that look. You may mind that look. So just be aware. On the inside as well, French Bearer, we do not have anything for suspenders. And also wanted to note that we do have the Yohji zipper there that is, commonplace along put on. I'm still don't know since when, but it is a thing that you'll see, and it is one of the notable differences when you're going from, say, like sight, ground Y. I'm not sure about Ys for Men because I haven't seen a more recent Ys for Men piece in person, but put on does have the black branded zips. Features on this pair of shorts, we have on the back, we can see that behind each pocket, we have like this extra patch here. I'm not sure if that's picking it up super well, but it's across both. A little detail there. Both of the pockets are button pockets that you can close. We got that put on deepness as well. And the main standout thing about these shorts, which is a bit of a sleeper thing, is that we see the hems here have a couple of buttons on there, and it's because these are layered. So, but here is the inner leg of these, and they tie up towards the waist section of the pant. This slit on the side you can see here, that is the separation of the two layers. And then you can choose to either wear them loose or secured to either of the buttons there. I leave them loose so they kind of have a bit more momentum, but you can sort of close them on the first one or close them even further on the second one to change from an A-line into whatever this is. Pear? No. Apple? Rounded shape? And you've got that option on both sides as well. So it is a pretty neat thing that you can do there as well. I have worn these a lot, but I haven't worn them a lot recently. And that's because they are very, very similar to my most worn pair of shorts, which is actually the first pair of shorts that I got from Yohji. One of the oldest pieces that I've had in my wardrobe since the style change in 2020. And this is another pair from Black Scandal. And this is just a pair of like tucked wide shorts. It's a funny thing that these ones and the previous ones look very, very similar to each other. And I don't blame you because they are very, very similar. I'm going to try and figure out what the more egregious differences are. I suppose the difference is these doesn't have the bits on the hem. But first of all, I'm trying to find the tag for all of you. So please bear with me. Okay, my goodness, that was an effort. But here we have the tag also in cotton and also the product code there as well. So we can see that this is HN. Are these from the same season? They are. So we've got the same season, same fabric, just a different style code on the object itself. But yeah, so both from spring summer 20. These ones were such a wild find because I guess I had no idea what they would look like in person. I just saw them as a pair of shorts. I saw them as a price that I could at that stage give money to. They arrived and I have loved them ever since. As you can see though, with the sun coming through, it just makes them look a bit bizarre in terms of color. They are black. I think something must be reflecting because it makes them not look black at all here. But that is how they look. As you can see, they do sort of seem to have a wider hem there. We can see the zip. Also, that same as well. We have the French bearer. Very, very similar. Like these shorts are so similar to each other. Just this pair that I'm holding has a lot more tucks around the waist that kind of give it more of a, I don't know the word for it, but I feel like they look a bit like bigger and wider. We'll do some measurements comparing them and you all can see for yourself. Some of the differences is we don't have that bar behind like the pocket section there on either side compared to the previous ones there. So I'm not sure what that serves, but we can see the back has extra tucks in there as well towards the waist. Let's get some measuring down. So the current pair I'm holding, as a size 3, the max stretch we've got on it is about 50 centimeters, whereas the previous one, let's call it the button hem pair, at a max stretch on these guys in a size 4, 53. So I don't know. The same? Basically the same. Let's look at the size of the hems. So on the button hem pair, we're looking at a 42 centimeter hem there. As you can see, like, yeah, they do look not as egregiously wide. So it's a 42 hem. Then let's do the other pair. Yeah. This is the size of a waist. It is a 54.5 centimeter hem. Wow. You could potentially wear these upside down. It would look really bizarre, but you could definitely do it. Yeah. That's these ones. So I guess, you know, honestly, I get a lot of comments with these ones as they are a little bit longer as well. And different sorts of people comment on different things. So I think the double hem is very interesting to specific people, maybe to yourselves as well. But it's a bit of a difference there. And because both of them, yeah, like these ones have the incredibly wide hems, whereas those ones have the buttons, different strokes for different folks. But I feel like having both currently in the wardrobe feels a bit redundant because they're still quite similar. So I feel like maybe I should just sell off the double button pair because I've just worn these ones a lot more. They're a bit more faded and more attached to them. I don't know what I'll do, but Now, this is making me think about my wardrobe a bit more, but I was just wanting to talk about shorts. Anyway, that's a look at 4 pairs of Yohji Yamamoto shorts that I have on hand to share with you all. What pair do you think are the most interesting? What stands out to you the most? What do you like the most? For me, with all my issues with different sorts of fabrics, it's just the cotton ones that I am drawn to the most and just feel the best on my skin. And that's why I have worn those 2 pairs significantly more than the other ones, and will continue to, because it's a lot more trans-seasonal for me rather than just wool, which here is very, very much, for winter kind of thing. Not a problem with that, but I do like having those options. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below of what your favorite ones were. And if you do have any other questions about shorts, I'll do my best to answer. As you can see, I've only got experience with these 4 pairs, which are mainly men's, and then there's 1 woman's, but it's just very, very wide. So a lot of things to consider. But if you are looking for a pair of Yohji shorts, hopefully this has helped you in what you're looking for and the different sorts of silhouettes that are available to you out there as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you're all taking care of yourselves, being safe and having fun wherever you may be. I will catch you in the next one. Take care, have fun, and as always, don't do anything I do except maybe don't have 2 pairs of very similar shorts, because then you find yourself gravitating to one and then you don't wear the other ones, and then you're like, oh, I'm ignoring you, and then it just cycles, and the cycles just begin. The cycles just repeat, and we've got to break those cycles. Let's break them together. All right, see you next time. Bye.